A recreation of that film is just us when we somehow land a job as yuppies or something in London, like stockbrokers. Except we're not trying to get into doors yet, we're trying to get appointed to the fucking mental hospital.
Well,
Wow, Peter, I can't believe you got an appointment. What's your secret? I know, just lucky, I guess. My appointment's at 3.
today's episode begins at the sound of my zipper.
We've done that.
Yeah, also I'm not wearing pants with a zip on.
That'll be even more impressive. Alright, I'm now going to take off these trousers, then put on some trousers with a zip so I can unzip them for you. Here we go.
Do you want to just like hand me some jeans from the pile over there? We can just unzip though. No. Fucks. Right, good.
I'm guessing it has like $75,000 comparison today because it's part of the Pseudoverse. There's like ridiculous inflation.
Well, yeah, the Pseudoverse canonically has massive inflation because it costs like $500 to buy a stick of Gorman Killer is Dead. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that, I'm assuming that Killer is Dead is set after No More Heroes, which would make sense, but the problem is assassination is so trendy that the government actually just makes assassination a state-funded job. Mm-hmm. And it's like they take private contracts, but then if the contract goes to shit, then the assassins just bill the government. Every mission in Killer is Dead, they have the same fucking plot twist, which is the person who hired them was a fucking ghost. So they have to, except for one, where it turns out that Colonel Sanders was a Martian. Long story there.
I bet.
But, yeah, so every mission is it was a ghost, fuck it, we're gonna have to build a state. So, and it's implied that, every fucking assassins group in America is doing this. Mm-hmm. So inflation's through the fucking roof. So, I don't know, 50 grand in our money is probably 500,000 in their money or something, because of how the inflation works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they obviously we've played the game already, but yeah, they only get paid.
Shh, don't tell them that.
They only get paid in one fucking mission, Killer is Dead.
This is a blind playthrough.
And it's the one where they save Russia.
I was wondering about the train mission.
Because they have to stop Thomas the Tank Engine from hitting the Kremlin, or St. Paul's Cathedral, whichever it is. And yeah, that's the only mission they actually get paid, not by billing the state.
But isn't it the guy spends most of the money on
getting just upgrades for himself?
Yeah. Now, the tangent I was about to go on, 5 minutes ago, we passed by this UFO-themed bar. Remember I was saying last episode about Nevada, where prostitution is legal in certain places? There is a place called the Area 51 bar, which is also a brothel. There's a Area 51 themed brothel in Nevada.
Of course there is. Please tell me that one of the people that you can hire is dressed as that free-titted cat lady from Star Trek.
Not sure. I think it's called the Alien Cat House. It was the meeting point for the Area 51 raid, because there's attached gift shop and restaurant and things. It's a kind of a mini industrial state.
Can we talk about that bit of Star Trek 5 just very briefly?
Sorry, we're talking about that. Yeah, can we talk about that past Star Trek 5? I don't remember that past Star Trek 5 where they fucking alien.
No. There's just a bit where one of the...
Maybe this is extended edition.
There's just a bit in Star Trek 5 where one of the background characters is this free-titted alien woman who's pole dancing or something. It's been a while since I've watched Star Trek 5, but it's just really funny because, in the behind-the-scenes stuff, it turns out that William Shatner himself fought to get this background character added in. It's Shatner, what the fuck?
This will be in character for Kirk then.
Oh, okay. I love how after a while William Shatner just starts to become his own character.
Star Trek 5, was that the one directed by Shatner or was that 4?
No, Star Trek 5 is the one directed by Shatner. Or, as I keep pointing out, the Star Trek movie with the crucial row your boat scene.
Oh, isn't that right at the start, where they're out hiking in Utah or something?
Row your boat. I love row. Do you know row your boat?
Oh, good, Trinity showed up. At least it's authentic. Yeah.
What's authentic? Star Trek 5?
I'm assuming he's talking about the free-titted cat lady.
Oh, what? Does he have good relations with outer space? Because he's Dutch, aliens wanted...
No, John's Dutch. Trinity's from the Central America, remember?
No, he isn't. He's not from the Central US. Yeah, it's just here. Here's Central. No, he's all the way up fucking here.
Yeah, he's from the Upper Central.
The Upper Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of central, except you take the geographic centre US and you kind of go off it by a few 100 miles.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We can just add it in post to put him closer.
Well, we just turn up at his house with light movement and think, sorry, you've told people you live in the central US, so we have to have a good house for you, you're going to have to move now. What? No, I live here. Yeah, but that's going to be a problem for us, because we'll have to edit our stream so we're not wrong. It's just easier to just move you across the United States. I hope you understand.
So join us next week when Sam unwillingly forces Trinity into a homeless camp.
What? Homeless camp? No.
So that Trinity can learn the art of being an executive homeless.
So are these left over from the Holy Summers fight?
No, they're no. Remember, because we established these are left over from World War II. You know that secret Nazi operation to invade Californian real estate prices.
Yep. Hell, if they invaded and the Japanese ran California, they'd actually run it better than Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Just remember, people in San Francisco frequently just in the streets.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
It's a huge problem.
Are you sure you're not confused with Paula Radcliffe?
No, I'm sure. There's a map tracking public reports of public defecation. The entire map's every street's full of notices of these shit.
Only in America.
Yeah, if you want to look up through it,
no, I believe you. Only in fucking America. They elected a corpse as president. Sorry, they frauded in a corpse as president. I believe that people are in the streets. Oh god, the president's probably one of them. Let's be honest. Oh god.
I think there was leaked audio of him saying to a reporter, "My butt's been wiped." He just randomly said it to him. So lots of people are starting to suspect that Joe Biden might have dementia.
The man couldn't remember the fucking Australian Prime Minister's name. He's clearly not all there.
Oh, a few months earlier when it was at some big meeting, I think Boris Johnson introduced the President of South Africa, and then literally a minute later saying, "Oh, you forgot President of South Africa." No, I didn't. Oh, right.
Fuck's sake. So join us next week when Joe Biden hunts us down for libel.
Hell, even if his security team brought him to safe house and said, "Alright, these are people who have been insulting you, have a go at them," he'd still somehow get lost, even though when they dropped him off at our front door.
Honestly, my plan was to just...
He'd be found down the street chasing an ice cream van or something.
My plan was to just wear a cardboard cutout of George Bush on my face. Just to throw him off, because he shows up and he's like, Mr. President, how do we run the country? And then just you and me end up accidentally running foreign policy.
We'd run it better than he does. So even in No More Heroes 3, he still lives at the hotel?
Yep.
Or the motel?
Only when he doesn't is Travis strikes again, because he's in hiding.
That is the big three.
Where are you now?
Yoga class.
Right. You go ahead and do that.
Thanks. Your next opponent is a witch. She lives in this abandoned place called Speed.
Yes, I know that place called Speed City in California. I believe Sonic frequents it.
Oh, it turns out it is actually the same map.
Wait, in the live-action film, he was going to California, wasn't he?
Christ.
If Green Hills don't exist, then Speed Zone must exist somewhere in California. Oh god, they're in the same universe.
It explains so much. And the camera just smash cuts to Travis. One.
Example of the scene.
Don't fall. One.
No, I'm just imagining when the aliens invade now, they have that on the big screen. We've come to make an announcement.
I love the fact that we've somehow got so many fucking Snapcube jokes out of this playthrough.
I was going to say the playthroughs are hilarious.
All because of Destroyman.
Oh, is that the plot of No More Heroes 3? Unless Earth gives them the most worthy opponents for a deathmatch, they'll destroy the moon?
Yeah. Oh god. I love the fact they call her a witch and then just 5 minutes later it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, and of course, how is she an assassin if she uses just this massive gun she needs to lead people to?
Well, because technically she can shoot people from across the entire city, so, you know. It's less that she has to lead people and more she's like the world's most obvious sniper.
I mean, they have something similar in Trigun. This guy with a ridiculous, 6 foot long sniper rifle. But he has a cloak which makes him invisible, which he wears on his back. So when he's lying down, he's hard to see.
Which one's that fucking one with the 20-foot long sniper? Or was that Trigon as well?
It's quite a long gun, so it might have been that.
That one where he, like, figures out where the guy is by doing trigonometry?
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
From where the bullets hit and sound, the difference in when the bullet hit and the sound from the barrel and things. To work out from just like 3 bullets.
Honestly, this entire ranking fight's fucking... First of all, like, Speedbuster's not the one that you should be questioning the validity of as an assassin. It's Let's Shake. Like, the fucker has to sneak that earthquake machine with him everywhere. Look, remember the cutscene? The range of the earthquake machine is like 5 meters next to the earthquake machine.
Yeah.
So is us accidentally running foreign policy on behalf of Joe Biden better or worse than us accidentally raising the grade point average of America through our bullshit tangents about oranges?
Well, raising it, the grade point average.
Yeah, remember, because that was why Trump wanted to import us over to America. I know that tangent was a while back, but try and keep up.
Well, think back like 788 tangents ago.
Yeah. We do have a shocking amount of tangents, though.
Well, no, our foreign policy would be incredibly simple. As are you a US citizen? Yes, you're allowed in. Are you not a US citizen? Well, no. Do you have a work permit? Well,
no,
yes, then you're allowed in. If you're not either of those things, if you're here illegally, why the fuck are you here?
Well, because remember the plot was that Trump like gave us citizenship, and then you started flipping off the airport attendants. Look, we've been to some strange...
Oh, is this part of a Yakuza playthrough?
Yes. We've been to some strange places mentally, Sam.
Mentally?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Mentally...
Reminds me of a clip from It's Always Sunny Out of Context. Have you guys been to Florida? Not physically.
Mentally, spiritually, we go to some strange places.
Well, spiritually. What, you meditate indivisible style and you have like people in your head?
Yes.
Except that's called a medical condition.
The people in the city really grouchy over the return bus tickets.
A deep ocean of tangents.
Yes, I'll play some Alan Wake.
Oh, no, it'll be... If this was, all our tangents would come to life. It'll be, what was it, Bohemian Rhapsody? Because the main point of that game is that, spoiler, what he writes comes to life. And he's writing, making a thriller book, so all the things are about, like, murderers and things. The town being taken over, it takes that form. So with us, was it,
Okay, that sounds fucking cool, though. We have to play Alan Wake at some point.
Yeah, I've watched all the cutscenes, it's pretty good. That's roughly over. But is it Bohemian Rhapsody where things you draw come to life?
Yeah, no, Bohemian Rhapsody's all fictional stuff comes to life.
Yeah, so for us, if we were in that, where it was, Bright Falls, it would be like something out of that. It's like, what? Why are all these handbags coming to life? Why are there bricks in them? And also, why are there a load of former US presidents here?
Oh, and then we get attacked by the 45th President of America, Anton York.
What?
It's from a Star Trek comic. Because, there's the there's a Star Trek comic where they end up on a planet that's populated entirely by historical figures. And the plot is this guy has a fucking punch card machine that's so good it can replicate the brains of any historical figure. Naturally, he wants to steal Spock's brain. But, one of the characters they run into is the 45th President of America, and he's some blonde guy called Anton York. And then, like, because Linkara's recently bought this comic to light in a review, people have just been memeing it and joking that he had to change his name for witness protection.
Dream about me. I'll fucking kill you, I swear. If I ever hear you say another woman's name in your sleep, you'll wake up the next morning.
I thought they hadn't slept together because you'd only sleep with him if he was number one.
Anyway, make sure you go
I do love the fact that she's like that, and then, like, 2 phone calls later, she's like, yeah, I'll never get of you, bitch. When she runs off with all the money.
But you say they still get married later?
Yeah. Because she comes back in 2 and she's actually into him. I mean, she's actually into him at the end of 1, but she still won't marry him because he's a fucking basement dweller, pretty much.
There are legions of more powerful opponents.
I mean, I know he's on the 1st floor, so it's not a basement, but, like, the principle's still the same.
Well, she turns out to say, oh, this place is a basement. What do you mean it's above ground? It feels like a basement.
Yeah.
There's good lots of, natural light.
1,218%.
Oh,
That's
God.
the same number as the US's annual inflation rate in 2 years.
And head for the
Oh,
garden
God.
of
Sorry, 1
madness.
year.
That's the same percentage of mental trauma I've inflicted upon you.
What percentage?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, I don't know. It's mental trauma. You tell me. You're the one who's being traumatized here.
What, you're saying you've increased my mental trauma by that amount?
Yes. So much mental trauma. So much mental trauma.
Or, what, I can't look at a fruit bowl the same way again?
Not after I'm done putting my you-know-what in it.
Sorry. Not after I'm done putting my, you-know-what in it.
Look, sometimes the fruit just needs a little...
What? Anthony needs to put that picture. Seriously, I'm trying to eat a salad here.
Anyway, let's see Paul Allen's cock. No, but I'm just saying...
I'm not bringing that shit up again.
I'm just saying... Like...
Oh, so... It's
Sometime...
a recreation of that film is just us when we somehow land a job as yuppies or something in London, like stockbrokers. Except we're not trying to get into doors yet, we're trying to get appointments to fucking mental hospital.
Look,
Wow, Peter, I can't believe you got an appointment. What's your secret? I know, just lucky, I guess. My appointment's at 3.
Sometime...
Like, so many people have declined mental health thanks to watching our videos. It's tough to get an appointment.
Sometimes the fruit just needs a little extra seasoning, but you have to add it yourself.
2 hours later.
So something we're going to address in this cutscene is the fact that if you haven't been to Funza Ryu's building before this point, he's never in any of her cutscenes in the game, so he kind of just shows up here the fuck out of nowhere.
Oh, he's master, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause he's in no other cutscenes in the game except this one, and it's like, I wonder if that's deliberate. Like, obviously he has that moment after he dies of like, you killed my master, I must now avenge him. But it's so funny, because he's never in any of the fucking story.
Also, why is he trying to defeat a woman with a gun by just running up at her?
No clue. They have a history though, apparently. Oh, fun fact, even though he has a katana, the reason that Travis is being tutored by him is because in universe he's a former pro wrestler.
Really?
Because like all of the videotapes that you can rent from the video store are his pro wrestling tapes, which teach you extra suplex and stuff. Because it's a running gag that the only people Travis respects are pro wrestlers.
But the cat's fine? Oh, wait, it's his cat?
Yeah. So can we appreciate the fact that she killed him and then put her gun away, only to then get her gun back out?
Yeah, that, and if it's Travis's cat...
Are the third-ranked assassin? Bitch!
Because Travis's cat follows him like the boss, remember?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love the fact
I asked if you were ranked
that it turns out they're having this conversation across the entire city.
Yeah.
I said, are you the third-ranked assassin, Granny?
What? Say that again. See, I'm kind of hard of hearing. I can't hear much these days.
Also, her gun's shaped like a chicken.
Are you ranked third?
Oh god, it's the you know.
Do you want to make the joke or should I?
Taste my civil rights beam, Travis.
It wasn't a joke I was going to make.
Really, you're not going to make a joke about it being a trans chicken laser?
Idiots. All men
No?
are.
Okay.
I was going to say that she has a massive cock and it gets bigger.
True.
Even if
I've
had
bought you
9
some
lives, it
dong.
wouldn't be enough.
Well,
I just-
is that how he's paying? Because the US economy is so shit, a lot of the assassins are starting to pay for their, or get paid in dong.
Yeah.
Because it's not as inflated.
I'm going to be honest with you. I genuinely think that she has one of the best outfit designs.
It's just like a purple dress.
Because of how simplistic it is. Like, this is like... You know how we constantly have that conversation when we talk about JoJo about stand users will try and blend in?
Yeah.
She's like the only fucking character in this game who could legitimately be an assassin. Like, she actually blends in.
That laser's powered by BDE?
Oh, big dick energy.
Oh.
Phenomenal big dick energy, Sam.
Alright.
Oh, the funny part is you can block the laser as long as you have full battery. But it's a bad idea, because like, you'll never charge it up before she fires again.
When I was looking at TV trailers for the order to watch the Daniel Craig films in, because I was concerned I missed one, turns out I did. It was Spectre, which we watched the other day. There's a trivia section for one of the films, and apparently MI5 had an official response to the films, basically saying real life spy work isn't like this. But if you are interested, here's some resources to get you started. Oh, and by the way, if you're going to apply, don't tell anyone you're applying.
Yeah.
Because if you tell anyone and they find out, you're automatically rejected.
No, that's a genuine problem they have. There's Falkwitch going. I'm going to be in MI5. You've reminded me of a thing, though. Bizarrely with fucking Skullgirls, of all things.
Oh, God.
No, it's just, there was a character that was going to be in the game as DLC, but they had to remove all reference to it because some fucking idiot broke the NDA. Because they were going to have this character in the game who was a sniper, who was another character's assist character, weirdly enough. And that, the guy got told his character was going to be in the game, and then he broke the NDA within 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, he went on a public forum, was like, fuck yes, I'm in the game or something. And they had to pull his character, but also pull all reference of his character from the original audio. I think they put Big Band in instead. Skullgirls is fucking weird, though, because, it's however many years later, and they're getting new updates again.
Really?
Because they're getting a set of new DLC characters.
Because the game's, 10 years old at this point?
Uh-huh. Because they handed it over to a new studio, and they're just, giving a shitload of DLC. I'm excited because, A, they're getting Parasol in the game at last. Umbrella even, sorry. And B, we might get Panzerfist. I fucking love the design of Panzerfist. I know I bring this up every fucking time we talk about Skullgirls, but it's so stupid a design. She's wearing a tank as a boxing glove, Sam. Actually, can we appreciate how fucking uninvolved this boss fight is, though? You never actually directly fight her.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you just get from one end of the hallway to the other, and then her weapon's already out of commission by the time Travis reaches her. John just writes Gary Buster Holmes, Skullgirl style. First of all, I want to see that picture. Second of all, where do you think Gary Buster Holmes would rank on the Assassin's listing? Oh,
that's a tough one.
He just becomes the new number 6.
No, he's in Japan at the minute. This Assassin League is being held in California, definitely not Japan, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah, but they could have an international league. Would you stun, please? Christ! I just kind of want to shove him into the street and get him evaporated by the laser.
And then Monty, Dead Space 1. It's the only way to kill the regenerators by throwing them in front of an engine, well, by stunning them in front of an engine, turning it on. It's like a transport ship, a small transport ship. You can do it.
Or have the foam finger.
That you only get that in a second.
Yeah.
And even that won't kill the regenerators. There's no way to kill them too.
Yeah. Makes for good tension, though.
Reese hated them when he played Dead Space 2.
Yeah, Reese hates any unkillable enemy in a horror game, though.
Yeah. He just finds them cheap.
Only if they're done badly, I say.
Oh yeah, I remember that gun was firing.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the other side of the street to hit this.
Wasn't there a chest on the other side too?
Yep. I've missed the trading cards. But it doesn't really matter. You never actually directly fight her just because, sorry, I can measure. Nice domino effect on the telephone poles. Oh dear. Travis, we're going to do Battle of Ancient Egyptian Laser Beams. Definitely made in Bangkok.
Pretty good.
See how that metal bends?
Right. I'm an apprentice of the master.
Oh, such flimsy engineering.
He was a good man, and I hope one day you'll be as good as he was.
Count on it.
How fat is she?
A little present for you.
About average for Californian.
Farewell.
And
I hope you've got a license for that laser beam.
Well, can you imagine just, you could go in, there's a quirk in the law, you can own a giant laser beam, because it's not technically a firearm, as long as you have a deadly laser license.
I mean, technically it's not a firearm, because it doesn't fire bullets.
It'd be, what, a directed energy.
I do love the fact that's actually quite clever, though, the fact that they have the bending laser gun stop you from going back down the map.
Looks painful.
Oh, God. I mean, some people are into that. I've seen some terrible, terrible things in my time, but yeah, some people...
We're going to have to censor that, end it. Just don't let him say that in the episode.
Some people will actually have...
Engineer, you should be censoring this.
Only 2 more to go.
If you could just censor him in real time, that'd be great.
Yeah, no...
Just make it so it's like that scene in Scott Pilgrim. How are you doing that with your mouth?
Seriously, some people will have... And it's really...
You're not helping your case. This is a wholesome family stream.
It's phenomenally hard to have certain... because they have to perfectly, otherwise it fucks you up.
Oh, or it fucks you up. Not if it's done purpose.
We're doing a Soprano-style ending? What? We leave it ambiguous as to if Sam kills me or not by the end of the episode?
Well, ambiguous whether I managed to get an appointment at Dorcier's. Yeah, no, the new mental health trust. So, why are you here today? Have you heard of the Soup Gang on YouTube? Oh yes, I'm one of their followers. It's kind of one of the producers.
Have you heard
of... we'll give you the executive suite then.
Have you heard about...
One of our videos. It's titled 69
He's trying to sign himself up for it.
It's overdue by 2 weeks. Be sure to return it to us soon.
Oh god, the would be fantastic though.
What? You're getting both?
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna get such a modification where you can just put it back together by a fucking zipper?
You could just...
Why, just, I need it together.
You could just, like, you could get it, then you get a tattoo, just an octopus. What the fuck are we gonna call this one?
Your mental breakdown.
Surgery with gun causes mental collapse. Beavis Praise Bennett. Good. That's a good spot.
Brandings. Well, after that, the doctor, because it's such a good surgery, he always likes to put his name on the patient to see who did it, like his brand. And here's my hot iron branding.
Well, no, surely he'd put the hot iron branding on one of your butt cheeks. Right. That would be the weirdest ways to get indoctrinated into a cult.
Indoctrinated into a cult?
Yeah. Just like they get a branding of a pentagram and just like cram that onto your butt cheek and they'd be like, this booty belongs to the devil, yo. I'm just saying, like, the requirements to be a stripper in this part of New Orleans are bizarre.
Wait, so a stripper is trying to do a satanic ritual to prove that she's one of the devil's souls. He tattoos a pentagram to her ass.
No, bronze pentagram to her ass.
Oh.
Gotta make sure that, like, they know that it's, like, commitment. Good. That's a good spot to end this episode.
It's a good stop to end something.
Before it break.